Welcome to my awesome health journey. I think this is part 4 on my talk on anxiety. One of the things, honestly, that got me into personal growth. And again, I am a software tester who read a bunch of self-help books, and maybe some of them aren't full of complete BS. So I guess take what I say with a grain of thought. All I do is have ADHD and think too much about a certain subject. So again, I could be completely wrong, and that's just the way life is. But this is my current thought of anxiety, which I want to talk about the feelings being valid part of it. Because one thing I just started noticing, and it really took me until the last couple years, maybe the last couple months, to really, I think, have an understanding of the term "your feelings are valid." Because all my life I've heard that, and I always thought that it kind of meant like it's okay to feel those feelings because you're feeling them, and fighting against them doesn't really help. But you're it's because it's your feelings are valid. But the thing I think it's about mostly is that your feelings are right. Not only are your feelings valid, your feelings are right. Especially they're right for you at the time when you're feeling your anxiety, because in reality you can lose your job at any moment. You can get into a wreck. You can become sick. And you know what? Even there are times I easily feel the thought in my brain that I'm a fat ugly piece of poo and everyone hates me and no one likes me. And the thing is, that thought is right, especially at the time. And I don't mean it to be right in the sense like it's the reality, but for me in my body, it's correct. And making it wrong adds emotion to it. It makes it stronger. So telling myself that you're right, nobody likes you at this moment at your time. You're right. You can lose your job tomorrow. You're right. Those feelings are valid because those fears you have can happen. You mean a lot of people have falling outs with people they care about the most, and that sucks. And those can happen. Relationships break up. Bad things happen in life, and you're right for not wanting them to happen. So your anxiety is correct. I think that's one of the hardest parts about dealing with an anxiety, especially through a positive self-help mindset, especially the one I tried to go with when I got really into The Secret and the law of attraction and all those things, is kind of making those feelings wrong. Like Abraham and Esther Hicks always teaches, like there's no point in having those negative thoughts or even working with those negative thoughts. You need to work towards a better feeling and positive thoughts. But that kind of negates those thoughts and then creates an emotional response when those thoughts come up again. And when you have emotional responses to thoughts, that makes thoughts stronger, not weaker. But what makes thoughts weaker is getting neutral about them. Not angry about them, not happy about them, but neutral. So the first step I was talking about was like bringing them from your like unconscious, not deliberate mind that just runs this like subroutine, and bringing it to the part where you can program yourself, the part where you can really think about it, the part where you can do something with those thoughts, and also taking them from a thought of negativity and making it completely neutral, not looking for the better feeling thought, because that makes you think there's something wrong with you when that thought comes up again. And I think that's one of the biggest issues I've always had with that kind of thought process, is this feeling that those thoughts should go away, that I'll reach this point where I'm done with them, where I reach the point where I'll never think people don't like me. Well, I reach the point where I always think things will work out for me. Where I reach the point where no matter what happens, I will feel great, and that's wrong, because I won't. There'll be times where I feel like crap. There'll be times where I'll feel depressed. There'll be times where I will feel like the world is out to get me, and I'm right at that time. And the goal is to go from anxiety, which my belief is anxiety is a thief of current joy, because when I'm too worried about being laid off, I am not enjoying my current lifestyle now. When I'm too worried about like losing a relationship, I'm probably actively sabotaging that current relationship. If I'm trying to grow a new relationship, but I worry too much about doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing, and all the things that could go wrong, or all the things that could go right, then could go wrong, creating a billion scenarios in my mind, I'm not enjoying what I have at the moment. And not just being myself and allowing that person to like me for who I am, who I truly am. Yeah, one of my friends called me out, like, you tend to, put all your negative cards on the table because you're kind of afraid, that, like, if you don't use that as a way to protect yourself, but in like the spiritual way of like, and she was right. I do that. And that is a way to protect myself from getting hurt. So like rip the band-aid off now. Here's what a piece of stupid shit I am. So now if you can get through that, then you'll really like me, which is of course just, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. No one wants that at the beginning. That's supposed to be the fun part. But at the same time, I guess what I'm saying is like, when you have those feelings and thoughts that feel bad, making them wrong increases your emotional reaction to that thought. And your emotional reaction to thoughts make them stronger. We are not that much far in our evolutionary track to where our mind, our body, this organism that we are, isn't so much things that help us survive and give good feelings, things that kill us give bad feelings. And so avoid those things that kill us and go towards those things that, allow us to spread our seed and live longer. But those things that kill us, when they kill us, there's no second chance. If we don't spread our seed with the first person and spread it to this next person, or spread our seed to a third person, or miss the first apple, miss the second apple, miss the third, you can miss multiple things. So you tend to look at the things that can harm us. And that can spiral in this freaking complex world that we're able to create as humans, as complex creatures, into so many things to worry about that can overload our body, that can overload our mind. And thus, creating this situation where we're fighting against those thoughts adds more complexity to it. So kind of releasing this idea that you shouldn't think a certain way, that you shouldn't feel a certain way, that those things are wrong, that they're false, false equivalency appearing real, or whatever that acronym for fear is. No, it's real at the moment, and that's all that matters. And the next thing is like, does this feeling serve me? What to do with it? Because the problem with anxiety is you feel fear to do something. You feel anger to do something. Those negative feelings need to spring action, because that's what they're for. They're not for you to look at a bear and think about that bear killing you over and over and over again, and you're just sitting on the bed. That's not what it's for. It's for you to get away from the bear. It's told you to, don't eat that poisonous food. Stay away from those people over there because they're going to kill you. Stay away, run away, do something. And it's the not doing something. And sometimes that something can be just having thoughts and going through a thought process. I just heard somewhere like one way to help with anxiety is to lay in your bed, tense all your muscles, and then let it go, because that tricks your body into thinking that, we were afraid of something, now we got away from it, and you feel less anxiety. And that kind of allows you to actually, deal with the issue. So your feelings are valid. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to have negative thoughts, because life is hard. There are negative things out there. There are things trying to kill you. There's people are going to hurt you. And that's fine to not want that. And it's fine to use your past experiences to make sure that it won't happen again. I guess the issue is when you spend too much on that it robs you of the joy of your current life, and it can make it happen. And the goal in life, I think, is to create more good experiences than bad experiences. And that's when I talk about dealing with anxiety. So we, including myself, create more good experiences deliberately, and not create circumstances that invite the bad experiences. So I hope that was helpful, because that was helpful for me. I love you for who you are. Thank you for listening. And as always, you are worthy.